everyone, Pam here from Pam's Crafty Corner. Long time no see. I am going to have myself a glass of apple cider. Cheers. And we're going to do a very long overdue Flosstube update. I hope everyone's been well. It is December 1st. I started filming some Flossmas videos today, little snips and clips, but I will start uploading those tomorrow. Before I actually started my Flossmas videos, I wanted to do an actual full Flosstube video, updating you on where I've been with all of my projects, what I've been working on, what I've finished, and what my plans are going to be for Flossmas this year. So, without further ado, grab yourself a drink or a snack and sit back and relax, and let's get into the stitching. So, it's been a very long time since I've done this. I don't know if I've shown this finish yet or not. I can't remember if it was in my last video. If it was, I apologize. You're going to see it again. So we'll start with a couple of finishes I had. The first one is the Dog Lessons for People. I stitched this in the summer. It still hasn't been ironed or framed, but this is it finished. I did do a bunch of thread conversions. I changed out the color of this house. I changed the color of the dog. The original one was white in the pattern. I changed it to brown. I changed the color of the water dish and the heart. And these were originally blue with white paw prints, and I changed them to this variegated pink that I had. And this is stitched 2/2 on 28 count. So there you go. That's that one. And it is evening here, so I apologize for the lighting. I'm in my dining room, and of course the only lamp in this room is one that's directly overhead, so it casts a bit of a shadow. But I just have not had time during the day to film or record. Today, yesterday, I got off work yesterday morning. I went and had physiotherapy done for my back, which is really coming along. Lots of improvement in my strength, that sort of thing. So I'm continuing with the physio. I'm also taking some supplements to help with the osteo and the disc degeneration, hopefully. I don't know if it's going to help or not, but anyway. And today I went and had a mammogram done. So public service announcement for all you ladies out there. If you got boobies, go get them checked. It only takes a couple of minutes. It's not painful, contrary to popular belief. At least it wasn't for me. I don't find it painful. Go in, they take 4 pictures, 2 on each breast, and you're done. So I think I was in with the technician for 10 minutes maybe, if it even took that. So when I got home this evening, the house was full of people, and I'm only just sitting down tonight now to record this. So my second finish was a piece that I've been working on for Dark 13 stitching. This is Arsenic Old Lace. It's a piece that I purchased from the Little Stitcher on Etsy. And it is all done. Again, hoop marks. I still haven't ironed anything. So here you go. This is the top half of the piece. Name of the movie. It's got the 2 ants there. The Brewster sisters, as well as one of their patrons drinking a glass of wine, their elderberry wine. This is the basement of the house, of course, where all the bodies are buried. Shovel, top hat, and of course the headstones. This is a really cute piece to stitch. Took me a while because I only worked on it about once a month and put some few stitches in on the 13th. And now that that is finished, I have actually started a new dark 13 stitching piece. And I will get to that now in my whip pile. So I've worked on several pieces over the last couple months, a month and a half since I've done an update. None of these are new. If you've been following my channel for a while, you'll recognize them all except for this one. This one is the one I started to replace. Oh, do you know what? I think I left the chart downstairs. Yep, I did. I have a working copy of this because I don't like to mark on my actual paper copies of my charts. So I'll insert a picture of this. This is the Jenny Beans Halloween sampler. I was gifted this by Jay in England. She sent me this, Jay Mortuary Stitches. And I coffee dyed some fabric to work on. So it's slightly mottled with coffee. I don't know how well you can see that with, again, with the lighting here. That's probably as good as I'm gonna get it. So I just dip dyed this. I threw it, bunched it all up like so on a baking sheet and dripped some coffee on and threw it in the oven just for a couple of minutes to help dry it. And this is my start. So I'm stitching it with the DMC and I have converted some of the colors because I believe the chart calls for, bear with me, the chart, when you purchased it from Teresa, excuse me for yawning, my goodness. It originally, I think, came with a set of specialty flosses that were done specific for the chart, but you could use, yeah, so they were limited sampler threads that were put out by Gentle Art, sorry. And so they had a list of the ones that came with it that were put out specifically for this piece. But then there was a list of regular Gentle Arts threads, but they also had suggestions for the DMC colors. And some of the suggestions I didn't like, so I swapped them out for something else. So the color palette is going to be a little bit different. These are most of the colors I'm going to be using. It's like a burgundy, a couple of different greens, some browns, olivey kind of colors, and there's a white and almost like an off-white. And because my fabric is fairly light, I think that's why I changed some of the colors. But this is what I've done so far. I got a good bit done on the border, which it's hard to see the colors there, but if I tilt it a little bit, you can see them better. And instead of putting Jenny Bean 1834, I put my own name and the date for this year. So the date that I started the sampler, the year I started the sampler. So there you go, that was my start for that one. I'm enjoying it. It is a nice piece to work on, and I'm looking forward to getting back to that. I won't be stitching on that in December because I'm doing all of my holiday stitching this month, but I will be getting back to it in January. Okay, that's that one. The next piece we'll have a look at is my 18th century band sampler by Long Dog Samplers. This was a mystery stitch along that came out in the Gift of Stitching magazine years ago. And I'm stitching this on a piece of 28 count, I think. Yep, 28 count Monica fabric. And here we are. This is what I've got done so far. So last month when I picked this up to stitch on it, I actually stitched, if you can see this border here, I had it stitched across as far as here. And so I worked on this border section here all the way across. That's what I did the last time I picked it up. I really do like stitching this piece. It's a different piece for me because it has some very vibrant colors in it. Not something I'm typically drawn to, but I do really like this. So that's my progress on that one. And that one's being stitched 2 over 2 as well on the 28 count. The next piece is Owl Forest Embroidery. This is the whale kit that they put together. And I really like this one. It's not one that I've picked up much this year, but I did get a little bit of stitching done on this. The last time I picked it up, I worked on a few different motifs. Just let me move the needle minder. There we go. I've got a couple of parked threads there. So this is where I am with this piece. Here we go. That's how much I've gotten done. So the last time I picked it up, I filled in this section here. I worked my way down with the dark stitching from the tail into the whale's body. I filled in these side motifs here. And I also did the bird and this, I don't know what this is, tree? This tree or a leafy plant of some sort. I really like the variegated threads that came with this kit. The colors are really lovely. I especially like the red and orange ones. They look so pretty, you know, against this green. And I like the variegation of them, the way they change color. Really nice. So that's the whale. This one is stitched on the linen that came with the kit. I think it's a 32 count. I could be wrong. I'm not sure if it says it on this box in the list. I don't see it there. It's probably on the list inside, but I think it's 32 count. And I'm stitching that one 2 over 2 as well. Now, this is my Death by Cross Stitch. I thought that I might have had this finished by the end of this year, but that's not going to be the case. I concentrated on getting Jay's piece finished earlier this year and getting that out the door. And then I started working on my Elvis Presley kit. And I've really enjoyed working on those, but it kind of took, I didn't really work on this one as much as I wanted to. My plan originally was to try and work on this every Friday. And for a little while I was doing that consistently, and then I kind of got out of it. Between my work schedule and days that I was off, it just, I don't know, got away from me. So, this is where Death by Cross Stitch is. And I'm so close to a finish because that's the bottom. I've turned the corner there. You can actually see the navy blue when I hold it up this way. It doesn't look quite as black. So this is DMC 939, and I am stitching this 1 over 1 on 25 count. That's why the stitches are oh so tiny. So that is the actual bottom of the piece. And you know, I don't have a lot more left to do, but I will not get this finished by the end of the year. Ta-da! But it will definitely be a finish in 2022. I'm getting sick of looking at it. And I have a couple other pieces that I want to do, and I'm not going to start them until I have some of my larger pieces finished. Alrighty. So that's Death by Cross Stitch. And the last regular whip that I worked on was Elvis Presley. So this is a Mystic Stitch chart. I've shown it before, right? It's a monochromatic chart. And it's a kit that was given to me by Allie from Allie's Stitching Studio. And when I picked this up, I didn't have much done early in the year, but I've done a lot of stitching on this in the last couple of months. So, if you haven't been following me on Instagram, here's your first look at him. There he is. He's coming along very nicely. So on this side, I have worked my way down to here, which is sort of an off-white on white stitching. Okay. Again, with that lamp above me, the colors aren't really showing up well. The background is really mottled, gives a nice shading. So it's, you know, although it looks monochromatic and looks easy to do, there's actually a lot of different colors in here. Here's his eye. There we go. And so I went back up after I got this part here done. I decided to go back and work my way over. So I have made it all the way to the edge, which is right there. And I've started working my way down. This week I finished this page. So I got that finished this week. So now I just need to do, I'm moving over now. I'll pick up and work in these parked threads here and get my way over to this side. I think this is where the Elvis that's standing up on the side starts, because you can see there's a bit of black coming in here, and I think that's his shoulder. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to working on this more, but I will not have him out now until after Christmas. So he's going to be put away until the new year. And that is all the progress I've made on my regular whips. Okay, so my daughter just came in there for a minute. We're going to talk about a few things that I've gotten in the mail recently. One of the things I was sent, this, actually all the stuff I'm going to show now came from the Fat Quarter Shop. So thank you very much. I have a couple of things that I'm going to share and a couple of things that I'm going to give away at the end of the video. So one of the things I received were these Floss Drops. These are from Fat Quarter Shop. I believe they're from, I'll tell you, Me and My Bonnet. From Lori Holt. And these are the plastic Floss Drops. And they work great for when you have a large project and you want to be able to sort your threads and have them all together on a ring, this sort of system. So I've sorted these ones. These are the threads that came with the Elvis kit. And so I sorted them all on these. And on the back side of each tag, I put a little sticker that just has the symbol and what the color number is for that DMC floss. These are plastic, they're reusable, they're a nice size, the holes are a good size. If I have thread left over, once I have pulled it off of the, I just put it on the side. Any leftover thread. See it there? It's still strung through. It's just hanging to the side of the larger. So there you go. Those were the Floss Drops they sent me. They have come out with a new Floss and Store acrylic storage box. This is really nice. I was quite impressed with this. It comes, they ship it in a box like this. And these are the new Floss Buddies. Well, they're calling them Floss Biddies. That you can get to store your floss on. They're shaped like regular, I guess, ish bobbins, but they're larger and they're plastic. So they are reusable, similar to these egg-shaped ones. And the acrylic box, it's a storage case. It is made of acrylic and it's completely clear, which means, oops, you can actually see your floss when it's in here and stored away. Really nicely done. And it actually has little rubber feet on the bottom, and this drawer in the front slides out, and it has different compartments in here. So you can put your sewing or your stitching tools and accessories in these drawers, or you could fill up the drawers with the Floss Biddies themselves and use it almost like a bobbin box. Really nice. I was quite pleased with this. It's a really great way for me to store some of my things that I can have in my rolly cart, because this actually will fit in the space in one of the drawers of the rolly cart. Really nice. So thank you very much to the Fat Quarter Shop. They are selling these in their online store. You can get them, as well as the Floss Biddies. They sell those as well. I don't have any of those to show you. The compartments, I think, are, he gave me measurements the box itself is 3.5 inches high by 8 inches wide by 12.25 inches long. Again, that's all in inches because this is a US company. They don't provide any metric measurements. But yeah, there you have it. So that is a beautiful storage case, really lovely. I'm very pleased with that. Can't wait to start using it. And only reason I haven't started filling it up yet is because I wanted to show it off in one of my videos first. So that's the storage box. And they did also send a couple of other things. One of the things they sent me was a planner. This is the 2022 Bee in My Bonnet planner by Lori Holt. It comes in a box like this. And inside the box is this really nice spiral bound journal planner. It's a nice fabric color, Bee in My Bonnet Co. And it has tabs on the inside for each of the months. It has some note pages. It has calendars. Pretty standard planner, but I do like the design of it. It's got an area for planning your year and for including any special dates. And then it gets into, at the beginning of the month, there is a monthly calendar at the beginning of each month with notes on the side. And then when you flip the page, you get into a full note page. And then there are some other columns for your priorities, your shopping, personal goals, health goals. And then after that, I think is when you get into your weekly pages, where they have it broken down for each day of the month, along with a water tracker, or if you want to track something else there instead of that. And they also have a weekly to-do tab on each week. So you've got Monday through Sunday and then a to-do on every page. And each month is broken down the same way, right? So when you get to February, same sort of thing, a February calendar, some planning pages, your priorities, and then your weekly spreads. And then at the back of the journal, there are additional note pages. Bear with me. There we go. Which are just plain note paper. So you can make lists or jot notes for the following year. If there are additional notes for each of these months, I don't know if you've noticed, but at the top of these pages, the pages are color-coded to match a tab. So these could be extra notes for the February tab. And then when you turn the page, it's pink. That matches the March tab, I believe. And so on and so forth. Yeah, there's March right there. So there's extra notes. So, Fat Quarter Shop sent this to me. They sent one for me, and then they sent me an extra one, which I can use, I guess, as a giveaway. So that's what I'm gonna do. So, there is a caveat to this giveaway though. Because of the size and the weight of it, I'm going to give this away, but just to someone with a Canadian shipping address. If you have a Canadian shipping address that you would like me to post this to, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. I will do a random draw make sure in your comment you include the word planner, Planner. If you include that word, I will put your name in for the draw for this 2022 planner. I will leave the comment section open for 2 weeks, so until the 14th of December, and then I will draw a name so that I can get this in the mail, and hopefully it gets to you before the 1st of January. But the cost to ship this outside of the country, Canada Post, is expensive. So that's the only reason I'm saying it's Canada residents only. So not to fear, for US residents, I do have a giveaway as well. So let's talk about that. Okay. All right, so we're back. So this is some quilting patterns. Let's see. Get this out of the way. So I do have some quilting patterns that they sent me, and I am not a quilter. I know I'm working on a scrappy quilt blanket at the moment, which is a hexie quilt, which is hand stitched, but I'm not a quilter. So they did send me a couple of quilt patterns, and I am going to give these away. These were sent out to me from a fat quarter shop, but they're from their It's So Emma line. The first one I have is the Geneva quilt pattern. All right, and this is a set that gives you the fabric requirements, how many yards of fabric you would need to create either a crib blanket, a lap blanket, a twin, or I guess you could figure it out from there if you had to do larger, but they already give you the measurements for that. It tells you how much you would need for binding, for backing. They suggest some colors and tell you, I guess, how many colors you would need. Yeah, sizes for crib, lap, and twin. That's what's included in this packet. So if you would like to be entered for this draw, include the word Geneva somewhere in your comment, and I will pick a lucky winner for that. They also sent me a little spiral bound book. This I can ship to anywhere as well. It's not overly heavy, and I can put it in a standard business size envelope. So this is the Rose in Bloom quilt pattern by, I'm not even going to try and pronounce the ladies' names. There they are. Again, this is from It's So Emma and was sent to me from the Fat Quarter Shop. This is a block of the month quilt, and basically it talks about the fabric requirements and then walks you through how to do blocks 1 through 10. And then it also tells you how to do the quilt finishing and how to do the pieced quilt backing. So it will literally tell you what your fabric requirements are. It shows you the breakdown of what the quilt looks like. And then it walks you through each of the blocks and how to make those and how to cut them and put them together. So that is that, and it has some lovely pictures in it and shows off some gorgeous photos of the finished quilt in the back. So if you would like to be entered for this piece, include the word rose somewhere in your comment. Okay? And again, I will ship this one anywhere as well. And last but not least, I will do a cross stitch pattern. This is also from It's So Emma, Compliments of the Fat Quarter Shop. This is the Starlit Snowflake. This is the chart design. Sorry about the glare on that. And it actually is a block that would be 103 stitches wide by 103 stitches high because it's square. It talks about the finished size would be 8 1/4 by 8 1/4 if you're doing it on 25 count. And on the back, it gives you the conversions if you want to do a red, a blue, or a gray scale snowflake, and talks about which thread colors to use for those. Okay, so if you would like to be entered for this chart, make sure you have the word snowflake somewhere in your comment. There you go. So all of these, I will do the draws for all of these giveaways on the 14th, and I will be making my way to the post office on the 15th, hopefully, with those items. Now, the only other thing left for me to chat about is going to be my Christmas plans for my Flossmas videos. This year I am doing Flossmas again. I'm really happy to do it. I've enjoyed doing it the last number of years. I will be doing a video a day for the entire month of December, from December 1st right up through and including December 31st this year. Usually I only go until Christmas Day, but I think this year I'm going to try and do right to the end of December. Wish me luck. So I've broken my stitching down for December in 2 different groups. I have some dedicated charts that I would like to work on during my 4 days off, because my regular schedule is 4 days on, 4 days off. So I have some dedicated charts that I would like to get some decent progress in on my 4 days off each round. And then I have a piece that I'd like to work on sporadically throughout the entire month. And I also have some smaller kits that I will be using for days that I'm working that I can take to work with me and get a few stitches in during my lunch breaks. I do enjoy stitching during my downtime at work. So let's go through those. Alrighty. So for my, pull this over, got a large box here. Okay, let's see. So the first piece that's going to be in my cross stitch rotation, and I'm going to use the Decision Wheel app for these. I'll spin the wheel, and whatever comes up, that's what I'm going to work on for my 4 days off that round. So one of those is going to be the Christmas Mousse. This is a kit by Pana. It's a Russian kit. Sorry about the glare, but I'm not going to go through the trouble of hauling all of this out. I just love this mousse with the Christmas lights and the little houses and his antlers and the smoky. Everything was included in this kit, even the fluff for his antlers. I did take this out and start working on it today because it was the first one that the wheels spun. So here's my little moose face. Today I managed to fill in the dark along the bottom of his mouth here. I got most of that done while I was enjoying my coffee this morning before I went out to run some errands this afternoon. So there you go. That's Christmas Moose. So this is where he is now, and you'll see him in my upcoming Flossmas videos over the next couple of days. I'll show you my progress on him as I'm working on him. The next piece that's going to be in a rotation is this Dimensions Gold kit, which has seen better days. It's got duct tape on the package. But this is Winter's Hush. It's a Dimensions Gold collection. Really lovely piece. Lots of detail in this one. And this is where it was when I put it away last year. I'll just quickly show them. Here we go. So I had gotten some of the cabin done, the windows, the chimney, and I had started on the tree. And I'm using all of the provided floss and fabric that came with the kit. I didn't swap anything out. So that's that one. The next Christmas piece is Mirabilia's Santa's Magic. This is a lovely piece. I enjoy working on this every time I take it out. I'm stitching it on a piece of hand-dyed fabric from Picture This Plus, I think. And I have to see which way this goes. It goes this way. Here he is so far. I have gotten quite a bit done on him. Get his white thread out of the way. There we go. Some beautiful colors in this and some lovely sparkly threads. I am using the Krennic that's called for with this, not Petite Treasure Braid. But it is lovely and sparkly. Really nice piece. I love all the rich colors that are in this one. So yeah, there you go. That's Santa's Magic. Looking forward to pulling that out when it comes up in the rotation. And I have one more large piece, and that'll be 4. So hopefully that'll get me the 4 weeks of December. I'll get to work on, I will get to touch each of these. This is, now I only have the photocopy here with me. Same thing as my other one. I've got the original downstairs, but this is what's in the bag. Because this one doesn't even have a project bag. It's just, I have it put in a plastic bag. This is the Christmas Courier. I'll put a better picture of it in. But this is Santa's Sleigh, part of the Christmas Couriers collection by Nora Corbett. And I'm stitching this on a random piece of gray fabric that I don't even know what this is. And I had only started it, I think, I don't know if I started this last year or the year before, but it didn't, I think I started it the year before, and I don't think I got to it at all last year. So I don't even know if this is right round or upside down, but that's all the stitching I have done on this, which is practically nothing. Like I said, I can't even tell if it's, can't even tell which way this goes. Pathetic as that. So there you go. That's what I've gotten done on that piece. So I have those on my spinner, and when one of them comes up, I will pull it out and work on it for my 4 days off. Now, my 4 days that I am working, those days, if I have time, in the evening at home, or in the daytime if I'm working night shifts, my plan is throughout the entire month of December is to work on my Heaven and Earth design, which is A Christmas Carol. This is the very first HAID I ever purchased to work on, and the very first HAID I ever started. And I have it in the Q-snap here now because I put it in there the other day. I'm trying to work in some of the old parked threads. So this is where it is at the moment. This has lovely detail. Like really, I can't show it now completely because it's all balled up, but this has really, really nice detail. The little lights, the lamp posts, the glowing lights in the windows. Really nice. So what I've done is I've started, all of these were parked threads, and I've actually started to work all of these in so that I can pull it out now and go back once these parked threads are worked in. I'm gonna go take this out of the Q-snap and move it over and start finish off this page and move across the top. And I'm gonna work on this throughout the entire month of December. We'll see how that goes. And then for the pieces that I'm gonna work on at work, I have them all in this one little bag, and they're all Mill Hill kits. Again, you would have seen all of these previously if you've been following my channel for any length of time. Most of these are the button and bead kits. I've been collecting them the last couple of years. They're from the Christmas Village collection. So I have the Needlework Shop. Again, sorry about the glare. I have the Palace Theater. That's how much I've gotten done on that one. And here's the actual chart. I have the, I have the Train Depot, which I don't have much done on this one, just that much. And here's the actual design. And I have Town Hardware. That's how much of the hardware store I have done. And that's the actual design for that one. And I previously had started and finished the Clock Shop. So this one is all done. It just needs to be finished. And I think what I'm gonna do is you can buy the little 6x6 shadow box frames at Michael's. And I think that's what I'm gonna do with these. I'm just gonna get the little 6x6 frames and pop these right into the frames and set them on my table as, or I'll do them as flat folds. I haven't decided yet. For the Christmas Village. So there you go. I have one last Mill Hill kit here that is, I've gotten a fair bit done with, and that is the Merry Christmas Santa. And that's how much. Got a lot of the stitching done on that one. So it wouldn't take a whole lot, I don't think, to finish this one. So I may work on that one first and see if I can't get that one completed. So I have all of these in a bag together, one single project bag, with a needle and scissors, that sort of thing. So I can just take these to work with me and pull them out randomly and work on them in the evenings and share my progress with you as I get them done. So that's my plans for Flossmas. I hope everyone has a lovely December. I hope you get a lot of stitching done. I hope you all get to spend some time with friends and family. It has been a hard couple of years, you know, with the pandemic and all, and things are slowly getting back to normal, which is great. I'm not exactly sure what we're doing for Christmas this year, if we're staying here or if we're going to my parents' house for a couple of days. I am lucky enough that I am actually off Christmas this year. I have my last night shift on the night of the 23rd, so I get off the morning of Christmas Eve. So I'll be off Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, and the 27th. And then I go back to work for the 28th, 29th, 30th, and I work New Year's Eve, the 31st. I work that night as well. So And then I'm off for 6 days after that, which is great. Because I'll probably need it after working Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve night. That's generally a really, really busy shift. So I hope everyone is having a fabulous time. I hope you're all managing to get some crafting and stitching done. If you have any questions at all, feel free to pop them in the description box below. Don't forget to enter for those giveaways. Do not use the word giveaway in your comment anywhere. You have to be over the age of 18 or have your parents' permission to provide me a mailing address. And all of those I will mail to anywhere except for the planner. I will only mail that within Canada. So have a great one, and I'll see you in my Flossmas videos.